Hello. Okay, I'm so excited to be recording this video because I'm recording this video in response basically to many questions I receive every single day on how to make evergreen work right now. Now, I am super super passionate. I can get intense talking about this because we are seeing right now for ourselves and for our clients who are working across multiple niches, across the photography niche, the health niche, the wellness niche, the therapy niche, the birth coaching niche. We work with clients across many, triathlon niche, so many different niches. And I'm hearing a lot of response around a lot of questions just around how are you getting evergreen sales? How are you selling every single week? And how can I do this too? So this video is basically my response to that. So this is how to turn your big launch into an evergreen system that you can sell out every single month, just showing up 2 hours a week. Yes, it's true, and I'm going to show you this. So if you've been hearing any of the whispers around the idea that like launches aren't working anymore, evergreen webinars are dead, people can't pay, I am going to talk through each one of those in this short video. And I'm going to do this as fast as possible because I know you're busy. I know you want the answer to your questions, and to be honest, I got to go pick up my 4-year-old at preschool. So we're going to work through this. I do have slides. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to do some drawing on the iPad, which is my favorite way to present. And I'm literally recording this video in response to someone saying to me, my evergreen webinar is dead and my people can't pay right now. And man, those two things fire me up more than anything else. So I'm going to give you 3 steps to build your evergreen revenue and how you can get away from doing these big, massive, exhausting launches and turn it into sales every single week. That is the bottom line. And here's the thing, we can get sales every week without a bigger audience, without spending tons of money on ads. All you need to do is show up 2 hours a week. And what I want to tell you is if you know right now, if you've been following me or if you just came in, if you know you want our help getting your evergreen system set up and doing it in a way where people are coming in and buying quickly, then all you have to do is fill out the application that is below this video and just click the fast track button and we will literally text you. We will literally text you and we will get you the info as fast as possible. We have a cohort starting very soon. But what I will tell you is every person who works with us gets one-to-one real attention from a marketing expert. So don't wait because we really do have limited spots throughout the rest of the year. Okay, so if you're new to me, I'm going to give you an intro because I want you to know I've been doing this for 11 and a half years. I quit my teaching job in 2011. I've been doing this a long time. I've worked with hundreds of clients. I've failed so many times on my own and in my own business that I know what works. I know that I don't love doing big launches. I know I love making sales every week. And I know I love talking to people like you who are experts, who literally are here to deliver real results, but may need some help figuring out how you can sell that program and turn that program into an evergreen system and do it in a way that actually is going to get better client results. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Now, I have personally, this was me as a 4th grade teacher, always had my coffee, always had my water, and my phone's right there too. I've personally brought multiple programs in across different niches in the past 11 years from food. I had a food company. I used to lead people through health and nutrition programs. I started off with integrative nutrition. I have done a lot of things. I've failed a lot. And you know the best teacher? Failure, because you got to get back up. So I'm just sharing this because I know that there's a lot of stuff in the space. I've been doing this a long time. I've helped a lot of people. So I'm going to walk you through our system that we have with clients, that we take our clients through, because that's my goal, is to show you how you could simply get started, get away from the big launch, get away from the big launches and into a model that feels better for you so you can have weekly sales, show up 2 hours a week, and watch your revenue grow. This is the IP called the 7-to-7 formula. I started developing this long ago. Like I said, we used to do online sales with our food company, and I started really dialing it in 2019 when I shut down my it was called Blogger to Business, my Blogger to Business membership. I used to sell it. I started it for $19 a month, then went up to 47, and it was a low ticket offer. So I'm going to talk to you about how to create high value programs as well. But I want you to know that this program that I'm talking about with you today, this is not a leave it to yourself course. This is a done with you program with marketing experts. This is a lot that gets lost, is that people think that they should have amazing results with courses, but the truth is you need someone to look at what you're doing. So this is our first kind of touch point, or maybe you've been with me for a while, the 7-to-7, where I'm going to walk you through what our system offers. And this, let's see. Did my triangle disappear? Okay, here we go. Okay, I just want to make sure not to make you dizzy. I'm going to go back for a second, but I want to show you what is possible, because this was right at the beginning of August. One of my clients sent this. So this was about probably at the time of recording about 5 weeks ago, and she hit a record high revenue in July while doing this. While still having a life. And this is what's possible for you when you set up this sales system. And then I have some other wins here, because I want you to know that this is what's possible for you. We have clients who are doing this every single week, and you can see while on vacation, while still living a life, I harvested tons of veggies, made 22K plus. It's possible for you. Felt relaxed. Like, this is possible for you. And this said sold 6 spots. I kind of cut it off. So I want to give you a permission to just pause this video right now and give yourself permission to dream. What do you want to be possible for you? What is possible for you right now? Right now? Is it weekly sales? Is it growing your revenue? Is it making a huge impact on your people while having evergreen sales? What is that for you? Give yourself the permission. If you knew the answer was yes, what would you say? What would you ask for? And I have to take a note for this, because I hear this a lot, like people can't pay right now. And I need to just caution you, because if you have this in your head, we need to focus on the truth, because there always will be people who can pay and people who can't pay. But the truth is, people will pay for what they value right now. And if we can figure out, which I'm going to talk to you about this, if we can figure out what do people value right now, because your rich niche, which I'm going to talk about, your rich niche people, the people who want your help, who can pay, they can pay. That's the bottom line. There always will be people who can't pay. There always will be people who can. Who are we talking to? Who are we talking to? Are you talking to the rich niche, the group of people who can pay? Or are we talking to the people who are never going to say yes? And sometimes with launches, that's what we kind of mix, is that we're not talking to that rich niche. We're not talking to the group of people who are saying yes, and I'm ready right now. We're talking to the people who are saying, I don't have the money and I can't change. So I'm going to talk to you about how to do that, but I want you to know that there are people who are waiting for you to tell them about your program who can pay. And those are the people we should focus on. And this is what I'm seeing. If you are willing to offer people exactly what they want and back it up with results, it's easier than ever to get sales right now with your current audience without launching. Okay, so I'm going to go to the iPad. So I'm going to stop my share and I'm going to walk you through two things. Okay, the first thing I want to walk you through, which is really, really, really important, I'm just reorganizing my space here, is in order to make sales right now, you have to be seen as a high value program. And I'm going to show you how to do this so you can stand out in a market of one. And we call this our results maximizer. How to get the best results in evergreen sales in the least amount of effort and the least amount of time. So here, I'm going to put this, we're talking about value here. So this is low value and this is high value. And this is low price and this is high ticket. A lot of people talk about high ticket, and what I want to talk about is high value. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of your prospect, okay? Beauty is in the eye of your prospect. Value is in the eye of your prospect. So if we're offering something that they value, they will pay high ticket for. But often we're offering something that we value, and there's a mismatch there. So we have to figure out, and that's what we do with the results. This is our results maximizer, which we teach inside the 7 to 7 to help you figure out your high value, high ticket. So what happens here when you are low value and high price? You have a broken delivery system. This really is where you're underserving your people. And this is really where not experts sit. So now there's a place for everyone, right? But chances are, if you are here, if you're sitting here, you're not in this model where you're charging high ticket for low value. These are not the people who come to me. So I really don't need to spend any time here because I know that this isn't you. Okay, so let's go to here. What if you are low value and low price? Low value and low price is a commodity. This is basically like gas and bananas. If you are low price and low value, you are a commodity. You basically are not, you really are competing on price here. So if there's two bananas that are exactly the same, what are you going to go with? The cheapest banana, right? So this can get into like, say for example, email service. If there's two email services like ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, who seem to do the same things, then what are you going to go with? You're going to go with the one who has the lowest price. We do not want to be in this space because you're always going to be competing in price. You're always going to have to price the lowest. And it's really hard to pay your bills here if you're always priced the lowest. And if, again, take a sip. Again, if you're sitting here, because I know the type of people I attract, you're an expert. You're an expert. So it's really, really hard to play in this space for low price and low value. And I used to do this with my food business, Blissful Eats, and we would always have to drive down the price. That's why we got out of this business. Now, the next space, this is where the average launcher, I'll say, sits in. Now, is this everyone? No. Is this a lot of people? Yes. And this is low price, high value. Because again, the people who come to me usually start in this space, and it's because they're so good at what they do that they have such a high value, but they're not charging enough. It's also really hard to pay your bills in this space unless you have a massive audience. So this is mass market. This space can get us into trouble because you're offering so much value, but you're not charging enough. So people actually take your value for granted here. And this is all based on volume. Like if you have a $17 offer to be able to hit your goals and to pay your bills, and you might have to sell like 5,000 of them or something like that. So this is really mass market. It's a hard space to play in because you usually offer so much and charge so little. So again, you are taken for granted. And this space is also, this can lead to burnout and resentment. Been there. Why I shut down my membership. Okay, so now the place that we play in for the 7 to 7 formula is high value, high ticket, is offering a program that is so freaking high value that you can charge high ticket because your people see the value. Now, again, the value is in their eyes, not your eyes. What do your people value? What will they pay money for? It's the thing that they say, oh my gosh, I would pay so much money. I would pay so much money if you just gave me that one thing. Okay. And this is when you start to sell in a market of one. This is how you stand out. And this is how you have no competition. So with our 7 to 7 formula, we literally have no competition because it is a done with you program. It is literally like we consider this a service because of the one-to-one touch points. There is not anything else in the market like it. And I can tell you that because I'm so confident in it that there is not another program out there delivered by marketing experts who've been doing this 11 years that give you a one-to-one touch point to help you set up your evergreen program. Now, for me, I know my program is high value because it's not a course. It's literally a step-by-step program we are leading you through, taught by marketing experts, not coaches. I am a coach, but I'm a marketer first. There's a difference. There's a huge difference. It's a marketing system. So when you figure out what is high value to your people, you can charge the money and you'll be selling in a market of one because you'll be able to speak about your thing and say, there is nothing else out there like this. There is no other program out there that will get you evergreen sales within 14 to 21 days. There's nothing. So you can hear the confidence in my voice that I have. And that's what I want you to figure out is what can you say? What is the value? What are people coming to you? The one thing they're coming to you for. Now, if you're sitting here, then chances are you're an expert and you have a big heart and you want to help people with everything. And I get it because I'm there too. However, when you play in this space, I'm going to go back to here for a second. When you play in this space, you run the risk of putting so much into your offer. And this is what's not working as well anymore, is that you overload the offer that people say, oh, that would be great. I'm going to do it later. If you're hearing that would be great and I'm going to do it later, chances are you have too much. You have too much in your offer and you're overwhelming people. And again, high value, low price, you get into trouble because when you're offering too much, you're overwhelming people and they don't see the value. So your job is to figure out the one thing that they want and give it to them. And the funny part is that you can charge more money for the one thing. Like, let that sink in. It's like going to a specialist for your knee or something. I've heard that. I've heard that analogy before, but like if you want to go to the best knee doctor in the world or you want to go to a generalist, you want to go to the specialist and you can pay more. So find out the one thing that they value and offer that. And that's how you sell in a market of one. Now, here's the thing is high value, high ticket, real results. Okay, so now that we have that, and this is what we want your evergreen program, this is what we help you set up inside the 7 to 7, is how to set up your high value, high ticket program on evergreen, sell it every week, and it works better than your launches with like a fourth of the effort. Yeah, literally. Okay, so now let's go to the triangle. I am going to go through the most important things here. And if you know that you want to go through and get the rest of the information and fast track it with the 7 to 7, fill out the application and put fast track, and we will send you information on our next cohort. So with the 7 to 7, I have about 10 minutes to get through the rest of this. Okay. With the 7 to 7, our goal here is to have you hit your revenue goals, which I'm gonna use 100K. Now I use 100K because for every business, basically, I want to help you come up with an evergreen revenue stream that has the potential to add hundreds of thousands of dollars to your revenue. Some people do this quickly, some people it takes longer. There's no right or wrong to it, but I'm just gonna say 100K, evergreen sales. We like to do 15 to 20 hours working a week and show up 2 hours a week to coach and sell. So this is how we get our program selling every single week. Now, the three things that usually stop people, number one is that their launches are not converting. They're not converting as well as they used to. Oh my goodness, come on. Low conversions. So it's just not working like it did. I have a lot to say about this. Another frustration is quiet audience is like it's pulling teeth to get people, I hear them a lot, pulling teeth to get people to respond. And the third is everything is slow. Like it's slow to get things working. It takes a long time to set up a launch. It takes a long time to set up an offer. So it's slow. Now, inside the 7 to 7, we fix this because we increase your conversions and we speed them up. We get your audience chatty, basically talking back and ready to buy. And we do it speedy. We do it with speed. Speed and momentum are your friends. So how do we do this? So now what I'm going to do, inside the 7 to 7, we have 3 steps, and this is our evergreen system. Increase conversions by selling it weekly. So we have 3 steps inside the 7 to 7. And the first is really important. The first is the rich niche. So if you've ever said, my people can't pay right now, this is for you because there's people who can't pay and there's people who can pay. That's true all of the time. And we want to talk to the people who can pay, who want to make a change, and who see the value in what you do. So we figure out your rich niche, which is really important. Most launches and most evergreen, automatic, passive evergreen systems are not speaking to the rich niche. So we want to speak to the rich niche. And again, this is what a lot of people are missing. And when I hear launches are dead and evergreen webinars are dead, it's usually because of the rich niche and something over here that we're going to talk about. So the first thing we do in the 7 to 7 is set up your rich niche. The second thing we do is set up your 100K evergreen offer. Now, this goes back to value. This goes back to our results maximizer because our evergreen offer has to be around the thing that they want help with. So we help you set up your evergreen offer and we help you sell it out every single time. The way you fill your program for launches and the way you fill your program for automated webinars is not the way we sell a high value, high ticket thing. So you want to get the right people in and you want to get them buying every single week and you want to make them feel seen and heard and like the value is there. So what we do with your 100K evergreen offer is we make sure that you are set up to be high value To deliver results, only coaching 2 hours a week. And we make sure you have a timeline set up so your people know what wins they should have in what order. So for us, our wins with the 7 to 7 is we get people raising their hands with our cash conversations and talking back really quickly. Within 14 to 21 days in the 7 to 7, we have your first sales coming in. That is a milestone. That's a marker. Within 4 weeks, your whole program completely planned out and your sales system up and running. Steady sales within 6 weeks. Those are our promises for the program. So you want to set up your 100K evergreen offer with high value and with milestones so they know that they're getting wins as soon as they come in. And the third piece of this is the 7 to 7 selling. Most launches and most evergreen webinars are talking to people who are not ready to buy right now. We talk to the 10 to 15% of your audience who are ready to buy right now. And we have it's so funny to have to say this at this point, but it's a human to human system. There's no spammy DMing. There's no having to reach out. It's getting people to raise their hand and to say, I'm ready to work with you, and setting up your evergreen system from there. Now, going to quiet audience to hot talking back audience, there's also 3 steps. And the first step is your money magnet words, which I could talk about all day. Since you're an expert, there's a chance you don't know your money magnet words. What I used to do, and I see many people doing this when they come in, is they're using their expert talk and they're talking to their people in the same way they talk to their colleagues. Your prospects are not your colleagues. And if you've ever wondered why there are people out there selling more, we don't know what the behind the scenes, it appears that they're selling more with less experience. This is why, because they know their money magnet words and they probably aren't even aware of it. So there's 3 to 5 phrases and words that your people respond to that get them to talk back. And once you find these, you can even use these in your launches to make your launches work better. Your money magnet words are the words that are like the words that are going to get your quiet audience talking back. The next piece is the 5-minute launch. This is how we launch in 5 minutes every single week. 5 minutes of prep, because when you know your rich niche, you know your 100K evergreen audience, and you know you have your selling system done, all you have to do is prep for 5 minutes. That's it. You get sales. And the last piece of this is cash conversations. Your cash conversations are the things, the words, the phrases, the scripts that's the content you put out that gets people to raise their hand and say, yes, it's me. These are the conversations that get people to say, oh my gosh, that's totally me. And when you have your money magnet words, when you have your 5-minute launch, and when you have your cash conversations, you will see how you will start driving more evergreen sales. This all works together. And the last piece of this is speed. Now, it's very important in business that we build up momentum. If you were only working out 3 times a year, how well do you think that would build your fitness? How well do you think it would build your strength? It takes, if we just take an average, say 100 times to get really good at anything, right? If that 100 times is over 5 years, it's going to take you a lot longer. If that 100 times is over 100 days, you're going to build a lot more momentum. It's the same as working out. So in the 7 to 7, we build habits and we give you the accountability and we give you the marketing expertise, which is what a lot of programs are missing, the actual marketing expertise. So with these 3 things, when you have your evergreen system set up and you know how to speak to your audience, this is how you get your evergreen sales system to work, to bring in sales every single week. And then you can even launch really in a fun, empowered, aligned way. But you need all of these things. So if you know you want help with this, if you know you want our systems and our processes and our and our templates for setting up all of this with your evergreen system, then fill out the application and we will fast track it if that's what you want. Okay. Going back to my slides. This is what I want for you. I want you to be able to develop your evergreen system, sell it weekly, get better clients results with you showing up 2 hours a week. It is completely possible for you. And if you want to see if we can help you, just apply. We really have limited spots through the rest of the year. So fill out the application, fast track it. We will get on the phone human to human and see if you are a good fit. But overall, I want you to know people can pay and you can create a high value, high ticket program that you can sell every single week that's getting freaking amazing results. Your clients will crush it and we can help you. So I will see you very soon. I would love for you to check in with me. And oh, I forgot to tell you about this. If you fill out the application now, you will lock in $1,000 off. And notice there's an option to fast track your application to get the 7 to 7 info immediately. So just by applying, you lock in that $1,000 off. And I can't wait to talk to you more. Send me a DM on Instagram. I would love. I'm going to shut this so you can see my face. I would love to connect with you and I would love to hear what your biggest aha is. All right, talk soon.